Good morning. Welcome to the weekly crypto roundup. I am the Crypto Duck, and this is my life. The show's brought to you by BYBIT Exchange and Diamond Hands Network. So let's go straight to the market, shall we? Bitcoin is sat on 22,975, which is down 3.8% for the 24 hours and down 6.6% overall for the week. I'm just watching those supports. If we go below 22,800, there's a very real risk that we're dropped right the way down at 21,300, 21,400. I still wouldn't go bearish. I'm still feeling like this is just fine. It's just a correction. I'm hoping that we do not breach the 22,800. I want it to go the other way. I want to see that 23,500 breached, at which point we could well possibly start to retrace out to the 25k, but it's all going to depend what the CME gap was, which I haven't seen yet. Ethereum's on 1,600, which is down 2.8 for the 24 hours and 5.6 for the week. BNB's on 300, which is down 3.2% for 24 hours, 4.1% for the week. Biggest winner for the week was STX, which had a wonderful run. It's still sitting now 100% up. And the biggest loser was AR, which was down 26%. Overall, not terrible. It's just been another week of sideways trading. We're just looking for it to return to our 25k. I really want to see that 25k beaten, but you know, there we go. News wise, Jump Crypto got exploited through a wormhole hack, and Oasis and Jump Crypto teamed up together with some white hat hackers, and they've managed to recover a significant amount of those funds that was stolen. Essentially, Oasis exploited its own wallet to do so. It's a funny situation. I've seen 4 or 5 different reports saying that they've recovered different amounts, so I'm not going to comment on that because honestly I don't know which figure is true. Other big things, Solana has gone down again. From what I can see, despite it going down, there is no official comment from Solana's side. I can't see anything from the foundation or on their Twitters. Speculation as to there being 2 different versions of validator software might be causing the issue. I'm sure they will come ahead and tell us something once they know what's going on. Our dear friend Justin's son has apparently staked millions of dollars worth of Ethereum on Lido. That's bullish for Lido, really, isn't it? No? Rumours that Cardano's CEO was going to buy CNN seem to be very, just that. Rumours. I've put no weight behind that. I cannot see that happening at all. I could see him buying a news outlet. I just don't believe it's going to be CNN. And we saw what seems to be the world's largest NFT dump. Over 11,000 ETHs worth, $18.6 million that is. There is a thought that it could just be a strategy to qualify for a large amount of blur in the upcoming airdrop. Possible, I guess. So, that's today's news. Let's have a look back over the week. OKX Exchange has released its 4th proof of reserves. The report showed over 8.6 billion in clean assets, so that's bullish for them. Huboy, it's basically going for its Hong Kong license, yet more of this Chinese tie-in. The tokens pumped 20% with that news. It's the SFC in Hong Kong, which is operating the licenses. It's also seeking feedback for its proposed regulations. bullish all round, really, isn't it? Chinese market is going to be huge. Ripple is pushing further into the UAE. It's partnered with a new payment provider. I can't pronounce it. Joyalakis Exchange. Yeah, any bullish news for Ripple is good. I mean, they push on regardless of their woes with the American SEC. Ripple have also increased hiring. They're trying to focus more on the utility side of things. Again, I'm guessing that's connected to the SEC as well. But it's got 77 new positions open, so that's very bullish for them. Galois, a big crypto hedge fund, is shut down due to FTX exposure. We reported about the Platypus hack at the end of last week. They've managed to salvage 2.4 million. So that's I mean, considering what they lost, not so, but I mean, at least they've got some back, so that's good for them. DOT has put out news that it is not a security, it's seen as a software by the SEC. I guess that's very big and bullish for them. At least it means it's not going to ever come under scrutiny, or but yeah, who knows. The big two to watch still from the Martini guy, XTP. It's got about a month to go till its USA launch. We're expecting a big push with that. And Daffy. Big news this coming Wednesday, and then maybe even further big news shortly after that. Both quite exciting and poised to push big styley. Zambia is making moves and looking to create a real crypto future there. Lots of things going on. It's worth looking into. Word of caution in that hundreds of fake tokens all around ChatGPT. They're all basically just trying to lure punters in, and most of these guys, they're just going to rug you. It's really not worth the effort. Yeah, and most of them are on BNB. So if you're seeing something on BNB, you can trade it, but just be cautious. Bone has crashed into the top 100. This is as we are now in the week that Shibarium will go live. So, the SHIB fever is pushing hard. Blur is still seeing record NFT volumes. Pushing on incredibly strong, aren't they? Hive has lost 90 million in Q3. Hive is a mining company. It saw a massive 50% drop in revenue due to the Ethereum merge. So tough times for them. It's tough time for all miners, but yeah. Probably the big news for anyone following the AI coins, Fetch AI has partnered with Bosch. That's the huge, great big tools, technology, washing machine. They make everything Bosch, and they make it very well. That's a hell of a partnership. 100 million foundation. They're going to jointly explore AI and web tech. So, yeah, big deal for them. Hope Finance suffered a 2 million hack at their launch. So devastating for them. Feel very sorry there, but it is what it is. FTX Japan has resumed withdrawals, so that's going to be a lot of little Japanese people very happy at that. Now Solana, which I told you all to buy back at its low in January because I said it was going to bounce, it's looking positive again. Helium HNT, which was one I spoke about very early last year, is officially migrating to Solana. Now, we could have guessed this in the fact that the Solana phone was going to use the Helium network. So, big partnerships going on between those two. I think that is fantastic. I'm a huge fan of the phone idea. And, yeah, all good on that front. Arbitrum, they've got a token called Factor. It's managed to raise 4 million on its first day of token offering. So worth looking into them. Litecoin have seen its first ever NFTs. One of their developers forked Bitcoin ordinals to allow that. A bit of sad news, Immutable X has laid off another 11% of staff. Polygon has also followed suit, laying off 20% of staff, which is strange considering the big Polygon pump, but they're talking about it being more of a streamlining effort to increase further adoption and improve what they can put out. So what's necessary is necessary any which way, I guess. Arbitrum is in the news again, flipping Ethereum in transaction count for a network that suffered quite badly getting people on it. It's sort of really picked up the last few weeks, hasn't it? Good for them. The last 30 days has seen DOT and Kusana top the developer activity list, which is great. Cardano, the previous victor, has slipped down to 3rd%, which is still not too shabby, all things considered. Blur, its trading volume is still ahead of OpenSea, so things going well for Blur. MasterCard is looking at enabling Web3 USDC payments. So that's interesting, along with its choice of USDC. It's good. The more real world, utilization of these things is the better, as far as I'm concerned. STX is just smashing the shit out of it at the minute, isn't it? Fucking fantastic. But I don't think it's stopped yet. Ordinals could really see STX becoming a multi-billion-dollar token. We were pushing STX, early last year? Fucking bang on. You do love it when a plan comes together. ANKR, Anchor, his partnership with Microsoft sees it jump over 50%. Tencent also partnered with Anchor. So, Anchor's had some major bullish news just lately. Tencent also partnered with AVAX, Scroll and Sui as well, all at the same time. So good for them. Paxos is still negotiating with the SEC. It's saying it's going to end its partnership with Binance. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I still can't comprehend how the SEC can possibly claim that a dollar-pegged coin is somehow a security. It's a bit baffling to me, but we'll have to wait to see how that one comes out. They've basically said they're going to continue the talks in private and not disclose anything to the press. Binance, on the other hand, has said that they're basically looking to create a non-dollar peg stable coin. They're looking for alternative suppliers. What do you expect? America is causing problems. Of course, the people in the field are just going to go elsewhere. Yeah, America likes to think that they're important, but the truth is, apart from being the world's biggest terrorists, they're kind of irrelevant. Hong Kong is going to invest 6.37 million to spur Web3 growth. So that's bullish news continuing on from everything going on in China. So that's fantastic. And Coinbase managed to grow revenue by 5% in Q4, which brought it into 605 million, which is not too bad, is it really, all things considering. LyoPay has, LYO token, that is for you, that they've funded a load of advertisements. I've seen fairly decent press releases come out regarding them, saying about them, gaining users, etc., etc., which is all good. I'm kind of like the project. It's one of the long termers, isn't it? Started mid last year. What a time to start a project in itself. Good for them. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen with the whole America thing. It's very sad. It is a huge market. I don't really understand why they're playing so hardball. You would think it would be in their interest to bring these companies that are going to be the next generation of companies onto their shore. But, I don't know. But it's a strange one. Well, German bank DZ has added crypto asset management to its services, so always good to see. A huge French payment provider, Ingenico, they've partnered with Binance Pay to allow people to buy with crypto actually in stores. It's basically an in-store crypto acceptance service or solution. Currently, or originally, it's going to just be in France, but they are hoping to expand after a successful trial. Galaxy Digital has bought GK8, which was a self-custody platform, so big for them. Spotify is working on a Web3 wallet integration for NFT music, which will, yeah, you know, that's kind of exciting, isn't it? JP Morgan, long-term I hate crypto, has opened a crypto lab in Athens, essentially searching out and working on blockchain, AI and cryptography. Ripple's done a very interesting message. I'm going to go through that at the end because I want to look into that a little bit more. A US congressman has filed a bill to try to stop the US creating a CBDC. Coinbase are in talks and want to make an exchange that is fully regulated by the Fed. Synthetics version 3 has gone live on Ethereum. The Linux Foundation in Europe has launched the Open Wallet Foundation. Now, this is going to be a foundation that looks into creating an open source wallet, so which would be, you know, usable everywhere. Good for that. And eToro managed to get regulator approval in New York, so that's big for them. Now, going back to this Ripple thing, there's been a lot of feedback on Twitter and people talking about it, and it is concerning to say the friggin' least, isn't it? I mean, so what exactly was said? Let me see if I can find the actual tweet for you and we'll go through it, because I don't know, it's... So this is from Ripple's CTO. He changed his picture on Twitter, and the picture basically read the following: Ripple, when a scrappy financial startup takes on a web of corruption and betrayal to bring instant payments to the masses, they learn that the cost of disrupting the status quo is higher than could ever have been imagined, forcing them to decide between their vision and their survival. Now, on the surface, that's pretty bleak, isn't it? It sounds to me almost like they've run out of money and they're at a dead end, and, you know, they simply can't fight the beast that's in control. We know that Gary's a cunt. He doesn't care about people. We know that. I mean, I think the whole crypto world is hoping and praying that Ripple can pull this out and win it. But that's a pretty terrifying change. You know, good for them for fighting it this far. All we can do is hope that somehow someone sees some sense here. I mean, Jesus, we really just need Gary to fuck off, don't we? Is the honest truth, but it is where it is. It's a sad thing indeed to see people struggling to do the right thing and being battled by the very people that our taxes pay to protect us. Fucking, it is what it is. Unfortunately, governments and regulatory bodies don't give a fuck about the people. They're just here to make money. That's all it comes down to, cold hard cash. And they would quite happily kill, you know, 100 billion people and not sweat if it brought them 5 pence. You know, that's how I see them. Cold, callous cunts, a lot of them. Oh, well, it is what it is. Another big winner is OP, which is up 11%. Now, this all comes about because Coinbase has said they're going to use OP tech for their own layer 2 on Ethereum. primarily to create dApps, etc., etc. Big news on both fronts, and great for OB. Biggest loser was STX, down 8.9. That's just retracing its colossal gains for the week, slight correction. And XTZ, which is down 8%, neither of which can really flutter my feathers. News-wise, well, the biggest news event, obviously, for the last 24 hours is the fact that I have now opened a second YouTube channel. The channel's called Ducking Altcoins, and it's going to primarily be about the best altcoin choices. Please, follow the link in the description and do your bit and subscribe. We're going to be looking at the perfect portfolios, 5 times portfolios, 10 times portfolios, 100 times portfolios, and then even 1,000 times portfolio. We're trying to find those fucking little low market cap gems to make you very rich. Not financial advice. Australian regulators are taking a close look at Binance. Not given any further details on that. It just admitted that they had opened an investigation. A judge ruled that the NBA NFTs could be securities. Sounds like a bit of a non-event, saying they could be. I mean, anything could be. Is it, is the question. I think they'd have a hard job proving that an NFT, a piece of art, is a security. But you never know. The SEC are claiming anything these days, so you don't really know what's going on. Fact of the matter is, both VC, blockchain and VC crypto funding dropped off majorly in Q4 22. We expected that. It was a year of crap, wasn't it? No big news there. We mentioned OKT going major high. OKX and Benki partnered for a Web3 ecosystem. Could be based around that news. Poor old Sammy boy, the most hated man in crypto, was hit with 4 more criminal charges. That's on top of the 8 he already pled not guilty for. Obviously he'll be pleading not guilty for these as well, I would expect. FTX Japan has already reported 50 million in withdrawals, so yeah, at least that's going right. Yearn Finance has teased ETH liquid staking. So it's a good time to buy YFI, isn't it, eh? Got to be a good time to buy YFI. Binance has launched its airdrop portal. It just carries all the information about their airdrops. Probably worth having in your bookmarks. Hack DeFi Platypus is going to repay at least 63% of the funds that were lost. And a couple of little things for you to look at here. Sushi is planning to open a derivative exchange on the C token blockchain. That's SEI. You're not going to find it really on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko yet, so it could be a very good buy. That and StoreJ is looking primed to pump as well. These storage systems are looking very positive at the minute. There's quite a few. Sire, StoreJ, Crust, all looking potentially juicy. And there you have it. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. I do hope you've enjoyed the show. If you'd be kind enough to hit subscribe, hit me up on the socials, and I want your comments. Tell me what you think.
All things crypto by a duck life. See you next time.